XIIeme Finance has a position on that, so I might state it, or I might try to translate it into English, shall we say. What we think is that the big growth in crowdfunding, specifically Bitcoin, is for the mafia and extreme anarchists and extreme risk takers. So I'm not going to talk about
It's a
Bitcoin.
currency experience rather than a lender.
No. I mean, the idea of private currency is an idea of Friedrich Augustus von Hayek, for which I might have the greatest intellectual respect, but it has never existed, and I would advise against going into the first experimental forms before they gain any sort of respectability or credibility. On the other hand, the crowdfunding industry, which has emerged from California and which is taking hold in Europe, is extremely small. There's just a scale question. I mean, it's at least 2 orders of magnitude between what happens in crowdfunding and the banking industry or the stock market. But it is emerging, it is trendy in both sides of the word, and it creates a moral hazard for entrepreneurs, which can be explained rather simply. The French company that has, well, not French technically, the French entrepreneurs that have raised more money, most money by crowdfunding are 2 young engineers. I don't believe they have 50 years of age between the 2 of them, which, fresh out of their engineering school, had an idea of a gizmo that creates virtual stockage, which anyway, of putting your own hard disk in a private cloud, in a private domestic cloud. So they showed the prototype. They created a company in the US. They showed the prototype on Kickstarter. They raised $1.2 million in a fortnight by selling 18,000 of their little plugs. The company was actually called Plug, and now it's got a name. Now, those guys are certainly exceedingly, perfectly honest, and they will spend their million in trying to create their product. But I am sure that less honest people are extremely attracted by that sort of business model.
Excuse me.
Selling on the internet
Do
to
you
people
believe
that have no recourse, a product that doesn't exist, is a walking moral hazard, or I got something wrong somewhere.
Those risks put now apart, do you believe in crowdfunding as a substitute solution for crowdfunding or not for SMEs?
Yes, I believe in the development of crowdfunding as long as it is put into financial law that hasn't been created for nothing, and as long as financial law is modified so as not to simply defend existing financial interests. So
I think, I apologize for saying this, but we need the lawyers on this, because some things have to be invented. There are a couple of problems. One is when you invest in the company, traditionally, and the expectation is you get some rights of control or something, and so we made this distinction between equity rights and creditors' rights. It's crowdfunding. I send in my $10 or something, and it goes to a company. What is that company's relationship to me? What's the contract right?
You will benefit from the product. You'll have your part of the final product, your share of.
Who says? Who says? Do I have a stock certificate? Do I have this? What happens? And then that goes to the problem that you said. If things go wrong, or do I have any recourse? So the problem of structuring this is
participant would like to.
Good, please. And then, another I think is needed for this, separate from banking, is an insurance feature. If we're going to have crowdfunding, there's got to be some instrument that tells me what my rights are. But at the same time, we need a fund, and I think this is a role for the state in order to get this off the ground. Or maybe you have private sectors which create a guarantee fund, and then the state is a reinsurance. So, but in any case, there's some fund under certain circumstances that if I'm cheated or defrauded, maybe I don't get 100% of my contribution
like
back.
any insurance, you get.
But I get maybe 50%.
Yeah.
So for me, the little investor of whom we want to attract tens of millions, right? I have some kind of a guarantee that I'm not going to lose everything. But then we have to work out the pricing on that.
So this
Because
is
who-
the
yeah, who's
trust part
Yeah,
of the...
who's gonna get, who's at the premium on the insurance?